down in the valley where the girls get naked. You know what, guys? I can't do the theme tune this week. I can't. This episode was really, really, really upsetting. It was really sad. You know, I thought last week's episode was heartbreaking, but this week's episode was like last week's times 2. You know, it was a lot. It was really, they're really hitting some triggering fucking points this season. I give you that, man. This season is very good, but it's very hard. Okay. All right, so let's just get into this review, guys. If you do hear noise in the background, it's my fan. Okay, it's so hot. It's Chuckalisa hot in England. Okay, London is fucking hot right now, guys. I'm sweating as it is. So let's just get right into this. Okay.
See, shaking. That's why I rock. This DJ, he gets down, mixing records while they go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dom. Okay, all right, and we are here for the season 2 episode 6 review of PVALLEY. All right, this whole episode didn't seem cohesive. Like, a lot of shit was going down. All right, but I feel like this season is literally just everyone's stories and how it's affecting one another's. Like, it's every story coming into one, basically, and I'm here for it. You know, I'm still here for it. This is still my favorite show. But baby, this episode, the way it started off, Jesus is Lord. It's Sunday. Ha! I couldn't believe my eyes. Okay, the episode starts off with Diamond and Big Bone. They fucking. They ain't just having this. They fucking. All right, I'm talking about clap, clap, clap. Look, I see why Miracle Watts and Tyler Lepley are together in real life. Okay, because you gotta film scenes like this. How the fuck you don't fall in love? Like, her whole fucking tits were out. They were out. And obviously this show doesn't shy away from nudity, okay? But her tits were out. They were just standing to attention like boing. You see what I'm saying? Just, okay? Alright? And Diamond's all up on her. And he's just pounding away. And then the noises and all of that. I'm like, oh my God. So is this how it looks like? You know, Miracle and Tyler? Is this like a little... is this a little glimpse into what... Is this why you're pregnant now? I see it. Okay, I get it, you know. But anyway, as they're fucking, you know, she's just enjoying it. But he can't seem to shake the thought of Keyshawn, okay? So as he's having sex with Big Bone, it keeps, like, switching back to, like, Big Bone. And then Keyshawn, and I'm like, ha, ha, ha. Oh. So is this how it's going to look like when him and Keyshawn get it? I'm here for it. But no, obviously this tells us that, that Diamond... obviously isn't over Keyshawn, okay? She's still playing on his mind, as she would, you know. The guy was actually falling in love with her, you know, as I think she was falling in love with him. So obviously, yeah, you know, as fucked up as the situation is, you just don't forget about someone like that. So yeah, as he's humping away, you know, he has to turn Big Bone over because he keeps seeing Keyshawn, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I want them back together again now. I'm such a fucking disloyal bitch. But anyway, the sex is done. And obviously Big Bone's like, like, when are you gonna come in my mouth? And I'm like, Big Bone, what's wrong with you, girl? Shit. And he's like, man, you know, I gotta do it in a condom. You know what I'm saying? Hexes are real or some shit. You know, he's very spiritual like that. He don't want to be coming in just anyone, you know. Bitches be fucking... pushing out the sperm and doing some hoodoo on that. Nah, he ain't doing that, you know. He's Drake in that sense. He gonna put some fucking hot pepper sauce in the damn condom. But yeah, you know, and obviously her saying that, it just seemed a bit odd to me, because like, why are you so intent on having this man's sperm inside of you, huh? Because you just said you don't want no kids, so why else would you want the sperms, huh? All right, so then, you know, keeping in mind my suspicion, you know, she's obviously getting a drink and she sees Montavious' ring, to which she kind of like, you know, she's taken by it. She's almost like, I've seen that ring before, you know. And there is this kind of theory that Big Bone is basically one of Montavious's, you know, part of the biker crew from, I don't know, where was he from? Texas, okay? Because she says she's from Texas. All right, Montavious was from Texas too, and he had a little Delta gang, and apparently she part of that. That's what people think. That's what people think. And after this episode, I think that too, okay? She's definitely an op. She's definitely an op. And obviously, you know, what's his name? Diamond is just like, yeah, you know, that's there for protection. And I have a feeling that this bitch is going to steal that fucking ring and she's going to do something. And then Montavious' people going to come and do something to Diamond. All right? But you ain't hear that from me. All right, so Lil Murda and Big Teak. So it seems like Lil Murda's throwing like a little welcome party, or like a, I don't know what that was. It was like a little, it was a something for Big Teak, okay? So he has all his whole Hurtsville hustler gang, you know, the gang members and the gangettes, you know, the girls and the boys, and they're all there in like some kind of like, you know, when people are doing like drifting in cars and shit, something like that. All right, he has brought out the whole fucking gang. Everyone is there to welcome back Big Teak. And obviously he's so overcome with emotion, okay? And then to make matters worse or happier, however you want to see it, Murda then presents Big Teak with a new car. And this nigga loses it, okay? He starts crying. Like, he gets to the car and I thought he was going to have another panic attack, hyperventilation. I don't know, but he was crying. He was really, really filled with emotion, you know? And obviously Murda was happy to see that. And yeah, so then we move on to obviously Big Teak. Like, it just seems as if, you know, mind you, I knew what was going to happen before I even watched this episode because I saw a fucking spoiler. But like, as you watch this episode, it kind of just seems like Big Teak is saying his final goodbye anyway. You know, it seems like, if you know the signs of death or some shit, you know, you got the, I don't fucking know, denial, and then the acceptance or some shit. I don't know. It just seemed very odd. You know, he seemed very like almost at peace and happy. All right. So anyway, we see Big Teak. He's getting his hair cut. And, you know, he's just grooming himself, looking cute as usual. Meanwhile, Murda is surprised to hear that Rome is dead, okay? He gets the news that Rome's dead. Teak finishes his haircut, and the barber says, "You look casket shot." What kind of barber says that? Is this what we tell our clients? The fuck? You look casket shot? Who the fuck says that? Anyway, the barber said it to him, or even Murda said it to him. All right, he's looking at himself in the mirror, you know, and then we see a picture. All right, now, I don't know who that picture was of. I thought it was Barack Obama, but then I don't know why Obama would be in a picture with a saxophone. So maybe it wasn't Obama. It looked like him though, okay? And behind the picture, if you look, you see a shadowy devil figure. All right? And they've been playing the whole Wink Murda game this whole season now. So the fucking Grim Reaper's back to take another person. First it was Rome. All right? So you can see the themes already. All right, so obviously, you know, whilst Big Teak is checking himself out and so forth, Murda then calls Keisha and, you know, tells her, look, we're going to try and get the tour back up and running and so forth. And Keisha's like, Murda, no, something happened. He's like, what happened? And she's like, Rome. And Murda's like, what? What are you telling me? What's happening? What did Rome do? And she says it without saying it, okay? She's like, Rome, he tried it. All right, and Murda's like, well, damn, well, I'm glad the motherfucker's dead. All right, you know, and it's just sad. You can see that from last week's episode to now, Keisha is just so fucking broken. She's literally, she looks like a shell of herself. You know, obviously she's been abused for a long time, but it's like this is the final straw. She looked completely broken and out of it, and it looks so sad. You know, it was just breaking my heart to see. You know, I think Derek really blowing her in the face like that and then holding the eye into her face in front of the kids, that was just really the final straw, you know? And it's just sad. You can see she's very timid and yeah. But anyway, so, you know, blah, blah, blah. She reveals that he tried to rape her and then reveals that, you know, obviously she told Wody that Rome knew about you. And obviously Murda's thinking like, well, how the fuck would you know about me being DL? And then that's when Derek comes in and interrupts the call. So obviously Keisha has to hang up, you know, and Derek's like, who was that? And then she's like, oh, you know, I was just telling Derek, I was just telling Murda about, you know, Rome's funeral arrangements. And here comes Derek. Oh, that Rome was such a good man. Yeah, it takes a bastard to know a bastard, didn't it? Of course he was a good man. Bastard. All right, you know. he seemed to like Rome. Rome was such a good guy in his fucking ass. Yeah, if only you knew what Rome was doing or trying to do. But you know, Keisha, yeah, she's just not with herself. So obviously Derek's like, okay, well, I'm heading out. Do you want to come bring the kids? She's like, no, it's cool. I'm gonna just stay home. You go, Derek. Go, Derek. Okay, I'll just, yeah. All right, so Derek fucks off. So anyway, continuing with Big Tika murder, they then go for some wines, you know, and the waitress is flirting with Big Tika, and he seems, you know, he don't seem to mind. Meanwhile, Murder seems to mind. Okay, Murder's like, okay, yeah, can you go get us some water? Go get yourself some too. Thank you. Get the fuck off my man. All right, bye. You know, and I'm like, damn, now which one is it, Murder? Like, you in love with Clifford or Teak? What's going on? Why are you jealous? What's happening here? All right. But anyway, you know, they have a talk, and you can really see that these two, like, their love for each other runs really deep. You know, they have a lot of history together, and they care for one another. But every time Teak is talking in this episode, it seems like he's giving his final fucking speech, you know, and you can see that Murder kind of like can see that something is off, but he don't know what it is really. But you know when your boo's like, there's something going on with your boo, you know, you sense it, all right? And that's what's going on here. But, you know, Teak just can't seem to get over how everything has changed, because he was locked up for 10 years, you know? And that's a real thing for prisoners. You know, life goes on whilst you're stuck in there. You don't know what day it is, what time it is, what month it is. You don't know fucking nothing. So whilst life is just moving and evolving without you, you're still stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying? And it must be a shell shock for prisoners when they come out. You know, it must be really tough. And that's what Teak is kind of like struggling with, you know. He's struggling to get to grips with all the changes and everything. Plus the fact that Murder actually is in love with Uncle Clifford. So then he asks about Clifford, and Murder just says, look, he's like an eclipse, okay? I can't explain it. I mean, she's like an eclipse. And then Murder, all these fucking names, Jesus, you know. And then Teak is like, oh, she's a she? And then, you know, Murder's like, no, that's what he wants to be called. All right, so again, Teak don't know nothing about pronouns and shit. Like, they weren't doing that shit 10 years ago, you know. So like, it's just a bit much for him. But he sees that Murder really cares about Uncle Clifford, you know. Murder's like, she's an eclipse, you know. I can't really explain it. It's like the first time you eat chewing gum. I don't know what the fuck he said something like that, but you know. But yeah, but then Murder goes on to say, you know, he fucked up. He really fucked up. And he's talking about how he fucked up with Teak, how he fucked up with Uncle Clifford. And, you know, Teak is just like, you know, I forgive you. Another sign of death, you know, you start forgiving motherfuckers and shit. All right. But Teak and Murder then go to get some gas, and Murder finally hears his song on the radio, okay? This is a big moment for him. Teak is just as excited. You know, it's a nice, cute moment for them, you know? Teak is basically living out his dream. He's seeing Murder become the guy that he knew Murder can become, you know? Another sign that he's getting closer to death. I'm just saying, all right? So then, you know, wait, what happens? So then Teak, I think he goes to like his old house or something, and Murder's in the car, and he's on the phone to Wody, and Wody's like, look, we gotta continue with the tour, man. We gotta do this, all right? We've got Rome. He's gone now. He's out of the picture, okay? Motherfucker OD'd, all right? And Murder kind of looks at Wody like, you seem to know a lot about him ODing. Let me find out you had something to do with it. You know, I feel like Murder suspects that Wody did something, but you know, he ain't gonna question Wody. Wody got rid of the fucking problem at the end of the day, you know? But then Wody says that they need to drop Teak. Teak is too much of a liability. He is the muscle, but he can't fucking act right. He's too hype, and obviously Murder's not trying to hear that. You know, Murder's like, no, you know, he's family. He's family. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got to stay on tour with us. You know, he don't need to be security, but, you know, we need this nigga. And Wody ain't trying to hear it, man. Wody don't want Teak on board with them. But anyway, Teak is at this old place, and it looks like a crack then, okay? And then we start seeing the PTSD slowly coming back, all right? He's reliving his childhood traumas. He then sees a little version of himself covered in blood, and it's just like, damn, you know, this guy cannot escape his haunted past or present. He can't escape whatever is haunting him and bothering him deep inside. He can't escape it. And that's the real issue here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's free, but a lot of shit happened to him, you know? And it's hard for him to express it and just let go of that hurt. So obviously Murder shows up and sees that, you know, Teak is struggling, and he sets him straight. You know, they leave, and then that's where they go to the woods. All right, and Teak is just basically reliving his traumas. Okay, he's basically just explaining like why it's so hard for him, all the shit that he's had to endure. And you know, he keeps being aloof about life. Like, you know, what's life? You know, who needs life? Life ain't for no one. You know what I'm saying? And Murder just keeps looking at him like, damn, nigga, you know, I was trying to reminisce, like play some play some music for you, and you being all fucking like poetic and shit. Like, what's going on with you? But there you have it, guys. You know, they end up getting back in the car. It was sad. It was sad. They end up getting back in the car, guys, and Tika's like, okay, where do you want me to drop you off, nigga? And then Murder's like, drop me off, I ain't going nowhere. And Tika's like, you are going somewhere, so pick somewhere to go so that I could be alone. And obviously, you can see that Teak is starting to get agitated again. He's starting to get really hype and real crazy. All right? And Murder's starting to suspect, like, okay, yeah, this nigga's not all right, you know, and he hasn't been all right for the longest. Teak starts spazzing out, okay? And Murder's like, I ain't leaving you. All right, I'm not leaving you. And guys, long story short, Teak holds the gun to his head. Murder tries to talk him off the ledge. And Teak kills himself. But all done. It's all done. It's good. You know? He just couldn't live with life anymore. He just couldn't take it anymore. He was tired. And yeah. He unalived himself. And it was sad, you know. I wasn't really expecting this storyline to go that way, because I thought we were going to get a love triangle. I thought Teak was going to confront Uncle Clifford and Murder, you know. I thought it was going to be a little spicy, but no. This nigga was really he was traumatized, man. He was really bothered. And now he's gone. So shout out to the guy that played Big Teak. You know, I think you did an excellent job captivating his story. And I'm going to miss looking at your sexy ass. You was fine as fuck. You know, I know you didn't swing that way, but I still would have hollered. You know, but it's just sad. It's sad because so many men are going through this reality, and it's like, how can we help them? You can't, because they're constantly stuck in this mindset, you know. That's why suicide rates are jumping. So it's sad, but I'm glad, you know, the show highlighted that. But anyway, moving on, guys. So then we go back to the Pink. It didn't look like it was the Pink. It looked like another like kind of club or some shit, but let's just say it was the Pink, okay? All right, so then we see Whisper and Roulette. They are dancing to the song that Murder was basically, you know, singing on the radio. They're dancing to that song. Sounding like Meg Thee Stallion was also featured on that song, so interesting. I feel like that's like a little foreshadowing. Obviously, we're going to see her this season. But anyway, Whisper and Roulette doing what they're doing, dancing. And there seems to be some sort of rivalry, okay? Whisper seems to be flourishing, and Roulette seems to be a little bit jealous, okay? Because she keeps giving Whisper some weird looks. So then, Roulette's regular, you know, shows up, and then he seems to take an interest to Whisper, in which Roulette is not here for, okay? So, yeah. I don't know what's going on with their dynamic. I thought these two were like two peas in a fucking pod. I thought they were sisters, you know. Fire and ice. I thought they were kikis, you know, friends. But apparently they're gonna probably clash. If I was Roulette, I'd stay the fuck away from Whisper, because Whisper fucks around with all that. With nature, the hoodooisms and all of that, okay? So I'm gonna need Whisper to behave herself, and Roulette to turn it the fuck down. Alright, but anyway, Roulette then sees Whisper, you know, getting all the attention. She's having a little solo dance, and obviously she's not happy. She's not impressed, so she goes outside, all right? She goes outside, and who does she run into? Duffy finds her outside, all right? And Duffy basically makes his move. He makes his move. He reveals that he likes her, you know, he's feeling her. And she says, look, Duffy, I'm a hoe. And I'm glad she finally admitted it. You know? You fucked Brazil up for no reason. Meanwhile, you was a hoe this whole time. But anyway, and Duffy's like, I don't care, I'm a hoe too. And then they start kissing. Okay, we'll see where that goes. Guys, I'm sorry if this review is all over the place. It's fucking hot. Alright. And my locks, they're growing so long, but they're itching. God damn. Guys, so then we move on to Keyshawn. Good. Keyshawn really broke my heart this episode, guys. Like, you know, I had a love-hate relationship for Keyshawn. You know, season 1, you know, she's too hyped, she's too excited for me, and that voice she does is very annoying. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, we realize that Keyshawn is only 21 on this show. 21, 22, maybe 20. So she's still very young, you know? But what I admire from her is her strength, her patience, all right, and her smart fucking business mind. She's actually very smart, you know? But yeah, I'm glad that season 2 has allowed us to kind of like understand Keyshawn, and my heart just breaks for her. This episode more so than last episode, because you can see that she's really affected now. Like, she's finally had it, okay? Baby girl sitting at home in rags. Her eyes still bruised. Oh God, Jesus Christ, can't take it. But anyway, Keyshawn waits for Derek to leave the house, okay? She waits, she hears the car drive off, and she scoops up the kids. And I'm like, oh my God, is it finally happening? Is she finally breaking free? Huh? Oh my God, this is a moment, okay? So she grabs the kids are crying, she gets them in the car. All right, we're ready for liftoff. The fucking car don't stop. You know? Just 2 steps forward and fucking 95 steps back. It's sad. It's sad. But obviously, we should have planned this beforehand. If you thought you were going to try and escape with the kids, baby, you should have checked the gas in the car. We should have checked that the wires were connected, okay? We should have ordered an Uber or some shit. I don't fucking know. All right? But the plan obviously failed, and she has to walk back into the house with the kids. And it was just such a sad moment to see. Because it's just, can you imagine? Oh, like, you've been abused for so long, and like you finally see a chance, a window of freedom, and then it's like, where the fuck am I gonna go? The car's not starting. Ugh, it was so sad. But anyway, we then see Keyshawn practicing shooting her gun, the gun that Haley gave her from last season. Okay, so she's sitting there, she's like, okay, let me not do it because I'm goofy, and you know, this is not a funny moment, but she's basically like, freeze, nigga. No, okay. All right, she's doing all that, and obviously we then hear a car coming closer, which obviously tells us that Derek is back home. So she quickly hides the gun under the pillow, all right, and she's just the look in her face is breaking my heart, guys. When a woman's fed up, okay, she's fed up. She's fed the fuck up, all right, and I love that for her, because this means we are going to see Derek's demise very soon, and I can't wait. I want her to be the one to kill him. I want her to be the one to pull the trigger and end his motherfucking life, okay? Keyshawn, you've been through too much. You've been through too much, girl. It's just fucked up. The whole story just makes me so sad. It really makes me sad. And then another thing as well. All right, we finally get rid of Derek. What are we gonna do about Diamond? Baby, because we can't just go back to him willy-nilly. We can't do that. We have to repair the damages. Okay, we have to find love in herself. I think Keyshawn's gonna have to be single for a while. She's gonna have to find that love for herself once again, rebuild all the trauma and like the hurt, then her and Diamond can flourish. Because baby, she's gonna be dealing with PTSD. Every time the nigga touches, she's gonna be like, you know, we can't have that. So yeah. But anyway, Derek returns, Keyshawn hides the gun, and you know, he's just canoodling her like, oh, I'm so happy you home, baby. You know, it's nice to see you home. And you didn't go anywhere today. Yeah, your phone stayed still. This nigga been tracking her the whole time. So beating on her ain't enough. You still tracking her phone? And she was like, yeah, I stayed at home all day. Me and the kids were watching Peppa Pig. George! Yeah, we were watching Peppa Pig. And it's just sad. You can see that she snapped, you know. So I guess the next few episodes are going to be very interesting. But anyway, guys, we then move on to my bottom bitch, my main girl, Mercedes. Okay, it was good to finally see her in this episode. You know, we didn't see her last week. I missed her. All right, Mercedes, her life, her whole story is just fucked up. All right, everyone is dealing with shit this season. So Mercedes shows up to Shell's place, okay, with groceries. All right, she goes to Shell's place. Shell's open the door, and you know, Shell, she still looks a fucking mess, but she looks better than she did in the previous episode, but she still looks fucked up. All right, so then Mercedes sees all the empty bottles, and she sees some moldy ass fruit. So Shell just ain't been doing nothing but drinking. All right, and Mercedes is like, bitch, are you gonna get some help? Like, seriously, what the fuck is going on? And Shell's just like, I'm okay, I don't need no help, just a little drink or 10, you know, but I'm good. All right, but anyway, Shell goes to sit down, and Mercedes obviously like just says how she's worried about Shell and how Shell needs some help, and Shell's just very like blasé, like, oh girl, please, all right, you don't need to be worried about me, be worried about yourself, okay? And then Mercedes is like, you know, you called Terica a mistake. And Shell's like, what? No, I wouldn't do that. She's like, yeah, you drunk bitch. Yeah, when you were in the bathtub, all right, you said that Terica was a mistake. And then Shell starts crying, and Shell's like, oh my god, like, I really didn't mean to do that. That's fucked up. Oh my god, I'm upset, you know? And then Mercedes is like, look, I can take Terica off your hands for a bit while you get yourself together. And then Shell's like, no, bitch, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to take Terica for yourself. Yeah, the fuck she's trying to do that. Terica's her daughter, ma'am. Hello? That's her child. She's been trying to fight for custody. So what the fuck, Shell? You said she was a mistake anyway, you know? And when you're drunk, everyone knows you tell the truth when you're drunk. All right? But anyway, Shell's not having it. And then Shell's like, you know, she wouldn't be no better off with you in the backwoods with your ghetto ass house and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you are insulting Mercedes, but her life is much more put together than yours at the moment. You ain't even got fucking food in your fridge, bitch. Moldy fruit. And you want to come for Mercedes? Okay. All right. You know, and Mercedes is like, I'm never going to be enough for you, am I? And then she walks out, which is just sad. All right, so as Mercedes heads outside, she's still trying to call Terica's phone and is going busy. You know, Terica's not answering. Then she gets a call from Coach. All right, and Coach is like, what's up, Sadie's? How about finishing off the Sadie's experience? You know what I'm saying? You left me high and dry last time, Mercedes. How about finishing? You know, and Mercedes just seems like she just don't want to do it no more. She just don't want to be with Farrah. She don't want to be with... She got a lot of shit she has to think about, okay? You know? And then Coach is basically like, look, you know, obviously I want us two to have the experience, but, you know, Farrah just can't seem to stop talking about you, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, two is better than one, you know? So how about you come over, Sadie's, and do a little something for me and the wife? And obviously, Sadie's just, she don't want to do that with Farrah again. I don't think she's feeling it, guys, you know? But she needs the money. So she's like, okay, Coach, all right, I'll be there. So then next scene, guys, the Mercedes experience continues. This fucking scene, oh my Lord, Jesus is Lord. This scene. All right, so obviously we see Coach, right? He's toasted. He's like, okay, to the Mercedes experience. All right, ladies. All right. Meanwhile, Farrah and Mercedes are sitting on the couch, yeah, and Farrah's like, I cannot stop thinking about that night or that time. All right, I can't stop thinking about it. All right, and then Mercedes like, shh. And then she's like, oh, don't worry, Coach can't hear you. You know, the blender's on, but I can't stop thinking about you. And guys, I think Farrah is fucking in love with Mercedes. All right, we got a fatal attraction on our hands. This bitch, like, she is in love with the vag. And obviously, you know, Mercedes said it herself. Niggas stay coming for the Mercedes experience. Okay, but it's not just niggas, it's bitches too. Mercedes done turned out Farrah, and Mercedes just kind of looks like, oh shit, what the fuck have I done? Because then we see Farrah leaning in to like put her hands, you know, in between Mercedes' legs, and Mercedes like, Farrah, chill. All right, but then what happens, guys? We get another fucking threesome, okay? We get another threesome, and we see Coach pumping, all right? He's pumping. I think he's fucking Farrah from behind. Side note, did you guys recognize that Coach? He's the guy from Stranger Things. He's the military man. I knew his face looked familiar. Damn. All right, but he's giving it to Farrah, okay? So he's giving it to Farrah. Meanwhile, Farrah's giving it to Mercedes, okay? Like, really giving it. to the point where Mercedes ain't even thinking about Coach, all right? She is fucking moaning for her damn life, and then we see Farah, she's playing with the puss, okay? You know, I get a little immature when it comes to these scenes, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't watch it properly. I'm gonna watch it back though, because it was kind of sexy, but okay. Anyway, but she was playing with a puss guy. She was fingering the fuck out of. It was either fingering or playing with her clit. She was doing something to Mercedes, and Mercedes was literally moaning the fuck down, okay, to the point where Coach starts, like, his rhythm stops and he stops pumping, and he's looking at these two, and then these two just go into a world of their own, okay? So they are finger blasting, blah 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 blah, and then Mercedes comes, right? And then Farah seems pleased with herself, and then Coach is like, oh hell no. Coach literally is like, oh, what the fuck? You know, he puts 2 and 2 together, and he realizes that this isn't the first time Mercedes and Farah have been fucking around, okay? Because clearly, Farah looks very comfortable and familiar with Mercedes' bodies and knows what buttons to press, okay? Now, unless Farah is, she's in the closet and she's been gay her whole life, how else would you know where to press, huh? So then Coach starts going ham. He starts losing it. He's like, okay, all right, how long has this shit been going on, huh? And the father's like, what? So what, you're the only one that gets to enjoy some side pussy? I like pussy too. And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I might like pussy a bit more than you, Coach. That's her pussy. Mercedes, to be exact. I like vagina more than you. Okay, and Coach ain't having it. His male ego is bruised, and then Mercedes is just in the back like, ha. You know what I'm saying? I got gold in the vag, you know. I'm sorry, you know. But then Mercedes is defending Farah like, yeah, like, why can't she have fun? You know, it's not just all about you. And then that's where Coach loses it. He grabs Mercedes and drags her out like, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. All right, and then he's like, that's it. Your fucking sponsorship is over, bitch. It's done. You meant to be fucking me, not my wife. And that's it. The bag is done. Mercedes fucked up the bag because her and Farah got too fucking close. All right. And obviously Farah was trying to, like, tell Coach, no, you can't just let her go. Give her the money that you said you were going to give her. So I think he gives her, I don't know if he gave her the remaining, like, 40K, but he gave her maybe the 10K. I don't know. He gave her something. All right. But that's it. The sponsorship is done. So now what's going to happen, you know? Because it don't seem like Mercedes wants to continue like that with Farah. But I feel like Farah's going to continue. And my question is, where the fuck is Man? All right? We know that Man and Mercedes have a little attraction to each other. So when Man comes back, what's going to happen? You know, is Farah going to try and stop that? Because we can't have that. You better hurry up and free my man. You guys need to stop fucking playing, okay? Shit. But anyway, then we see that Mercedes is back home, okay, wigs off, she's just tired, she's drinking, and we hear a knock at the door. She goes to the door, and it's Terica. Terica is crying her eyes out, Terica is hysterical, and Mercedes is like, what's going on, what's happening? And Terica is boo-hoo crying, okay, she's bawling, alright, and then she reaches for her back pocket, guys, and gives Mercedes a pregnancy test. A positive one. And I'm like, yeah, the cycle has repeated itself, okay? Fuck. Guys, I tried to imagine myself in that moment, all right? You know? Can Mercedes really get mad? Because she was also a 15-year-old that got pregnant and had a baby. You know? That baby being Terica. And now the fucking cycle is repeating itself. But in that moment, guys, I would have to kill my child. I'm sorry, no. I made a mistake, even though you're not a mistake, but I made a mistake, okay? I made a mistake, all right? But why are we here repeating the same mistakes, baby? Why are we repeating the same mistakes? You know how hard it was for me, Terica, to give birth to your ass at a young age. I didn't even have custody of you. Why are you out here now fucking and sucking and now you pregnant? What you gonna do with the baby? Oh, no. I would have, I'm sorry. I know schmishmortions are not legal in some states in America now, which is some bullshit, but I would have had to tell my child to go get a schmishmortion with I would have been there for the child, but we're not raising a child at this age. No, you need to go to school. You need to live a better life than I've lived. We ain't repeating the cycle. So I don't know what Mercedes and Terica are gonna do, but I was so heartbroken. My girl Mercedes gonna be a grandma at 30? Ah, shit! That ain't right, guys. That ain't right, man. That ain't fucking right. That's so fucking sad. You've been trying to basically make up for the fact that you kind of messed up and you wanted to build a life for Terica, and now Terica's gone and done the same fucking thing. And obviously, to Terica's defense, she ain't got no one. Shell hasn't been a good mom to her. Shell's been absent. Mercedes has tried to be a good mom to her, but you know, Terica's still very fucking bitter and hasn't allowed her to be a good mom. And obviously, Mercedes is busy. She has a life, okay? So who can Terica turn to? She ain't got a dad, you know? So obviously she's gonna seek the affection of a guy. And now the affection has led to baby, to the sex. And now she's pregnant. I don't know, guys. I'm not here for young pregnancies like that. I'm sorry, you know. And that's no disrespect to the young moms that have had kids at a young age. That's no disrespect to you guys, because you guys have lived a hard fucking life and you've done the damn thing by raising your babies, you know. But that doesn't mean that we should continue to repeat that cycle. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy, man. I'm sorry, Terica, baby girl. You need to go to the clinic. I'm sorry. But she needs to. I'm sorry. All right, but that was it for Mercedes. It's very sad, but all right. So we move on, guys, to Hailey and Andre. Guys, I'm gonna keep it real. I really don't give a fuck about these two. I don't care about their dynamic. I don't care. I really don't care. Alright, so I'm gonna whiz through this, and I think in future I won't even address their scenes unless it's very important. But anyway, Hailey is getting ready, okay? She's showering at the Pink, and then obviously, you know, Big L and Clifford ain't fucking with her still, alright? So Big L fucks up the plumbing and the water goes cold, or it stops, and she runs out. Clifford's holding her dress like, oh, so this is what you getting ready for? And she's like, give me back my dress. Alright? You know? And then Clifford and Big L are just basically like, look, we need to figure out what the fuck this bitch is up to, because after the stunt she pulled, clearly she's gonna do something. So we need to be on her, all right? So as that's going down, we then see Hailey. She's all dressed in red wig too. She goes to Andre's event. He's giving a speech. Wah, 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 wah. I don't care what he's talking about, okay? Obviously, he's trying to run for mayor, so he's trying to get his support. Alright, meanwhile, Corbin just ain't happy to see Hailey. Alright, so he tries to like get her up and out of that event. Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. No one wants you here. Alright, so he escorts her out. She then suddenly comes back in with a lady called Mrs. Baston. Alright, I don't know who she is. She seems like she's a very well-off, high-end person. She's an important person in Chucalissa. Alright, some white woman, old white woman. And you know, she takes a liking to Hailey. So obviously Hailey, being the opportunist she is, you know, runs with it. She goes back into the event. And then she brings Mrs. Baston into the room where Andre, Corbin, and some guy called Bill are in, alright? And then Hailey, being the wordsmith that she is, you know, she basically reveals that she's the owner of the Pink. And then Mrs. Baston's like, oh, really? So you're not a cigar girl after all, you know, treating her like some fucking modern day slave. Like, I saw what Mrs. Baston was doing, you know, treating Hailey like a house nigga. Yeah, that's what she was doing. Can you go get me a coffee, get me some rum? Yeah, okay, bitch. Anyway, but yeah, Hailey reveals that she's the owner and she basically wants the Pink for 10 mil, since Bill tried to buy it or auction it for 40k or some shit. Alright? And then Mrs. Baston basically says, look, I'm here for it. I like Hailey. You guys, I want my casino, so let's do it. All right? And, you know, she agrees to basically endorse Andre, even though she doesn't care or whatever. All she wants is her casino. So I guess they're all going to try and come together and buy the Pink. I hope they fucking fail. But anyway, so then we then see Autumn. She shows up at Andre's place. It looked like a hotel apartment. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I don't know how she even got a key or got in there. But she got in there because she's a fucking snaky ass bitch. Alright, so she's in there, and then, you know, Andre tries to check her, like, oh, you always show up messing up shit, you know, I always listen to you, I always give you the benefit of the doubt, and you a snaky, untrustworthy bitch. Yeah, okay, Andre, but you're still gonna fuck her, alright, and, yeah, he says that he let her win the auction, which we already knew, and she basically seduces him and they have sex. I don't care. I fast forwarded through that part, so I don't care about them two. You know, I don't agree with their relationship, how it came about. Yes, Andre's wife cheated on him, but he was cheating with Hailey long before that. Okay, I don't care about these two. I want them the fuck gone. All right, the end. And then finally, guys, Ernestine and Clifford. Guys, grandma has fucking COVID. She has the vid. Just like a lot of people said, Toya didn't have no damn allergies. They were not allergies, okay? Toya has fucking COVID. Toya has COVID. Toya was seen sitting next to grandma last episode, and Toya gave grandma the fucking germs, and now grandma is coughing up a storm. She's sweaty. Her temperature is over 102. All right. She already a diabetic. I don't see grandma lasting long, guys. So let's just say our goodbyes to Ernestine. She about to die. She's definitely about to die. All right. So then Clifford, this part made me laugh even though it was sad. He calls up Toya, and Toya is literally coughing down the phone. And he's like, "I knew that wasn't no damn allergies, bitch." Toya fucked around and gave Ernestine COVID, you know, which is fucked up. But anyway, we then see that grandma is really sick, guys. She's really sick because she's calling for her daddy. Here's a knock at the door. She's like, "Daddy, is that you?" You know when old people start seeing old deceased family members, they're on their way out. She gone. She gone. But anyway, it wasn't her daddy. No, it was Lil Murder. Okay? Lil Murder covered in the blood of Teak. All right? Clifford rushes outside and Murder's just like, "I'm not okay." And he breaks down crying, and Clifford just, you know, embraces him and takes him inside. So guys, at least Clifford and Murder have finally been reunited. But under the circumstances that they've been reunited, that's really gonna be a fucking hard thing. All right. Murder has just seen someone he has deep feelings for, cares for, loves, kill themselves. All right. He literally witnessed that. He sat next to this man who blew his brains out. He's never going to be okay. He's never going to be okay. And obviously now Clifford is there to basically, I guess, nurse him back to health or some shit. I don't know how that's going to affect their relationship in the future, but I don't see it being smooth sailing, guys. All right. It's a lot of trauma. It's a lot of shit. And if Ernestine dies, who's Clifford going to have? It's going to be fucked up. But guys, that was P-Valley. That was my review. I'm sorry if it was all over the place, okay? It's fucking hot. Bear with me. But this episode was great. You know, the storytelling is amazing with P-Valley. But it was very sad, man. It's a traumatic episode again. You know, there will be no episode next week. Apparently, they're going for a break. And then they'll be back the following week. So, yeah. I don't know what the second part of the season's gonna be like. You know, we still gotta see some shit. We still gotta see if Diamond and Keyshawn are gonna reunite. We still gotta see if Man and Mercedes are gonna reunite. You know, we still gotta see the fallout between is Lil Murder gonna be exposed for being DL? What's the guy called? Pico, is he gonna come out the woodworks? You know, Keyshawn, is she gonna kill Derek? So much shit, guys. But yeah, it's been real. It's your girl Dom. Please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Down in the valley where the girl... No, it's too sad for that. It's too sad for that. I'm sorry. Bye, guys. Peace out. Stay safe. All right. And if you are going through these traumatic experiences yourself, please seek help. Talk to someone. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. You know, I ain't gonna be much help, but I can make you laugh. All right. But guys, thank you again for the support and thank you for watching. Much love.
I ride that dick like a bite. He said me bend it, bust it open, then we 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 bend it, bust it open, then we